Happy birthday to courtemanche437! Pennsylvania Highway 26. Yeah. Alright, Pennsylvania Highway 26 is a very minor road, but it's a road that courtemanche437 knows a lot about, and I'm making this video to celebrate his 25th birthday, as this road goes right through his technically hometown of State College. Here is a look at the map. As you can see, PA 26 starts at the Mason-Dixon line with Pennsylvania and Maryland down in Union Township, and it goes through Everett, Huntingdon, and State College, ending at PA 150 north of Howard. Go watching the Xavier 456. I post new highway content every week, and this is actually an off-scheduled episode. I post new highway content every Wednesday. If you like what you're seeing, give us a like, and if you really, really like it, the subscribe button's waiting for you to smash it. Alright, I must remind you that you can request your exit or intersection down in the comments below. Next week, we'll be covering PA 309. Alright, first we're going to be talking about northbound PA 26. So here we start at the Pennsylvania-Maryland border. We don't get any welcome sign, unfortunately, but we get Union Township and Fulton County. Our first real intersection with another state route is with PA 484. We don't get any signage on this direction. Here's our first mileage sign after that intersection, and we get Inglesmith on the top line at 2 miles, and Everett on the bottom line at 27. That's something I can agree with. Here we cross under the Pennsylvania Turnpike through this cool looking tunnel. Once we get into the Everett area, we get Ashcombe at 3 for a road going straight. Ashcombe is literally a quarry, not a town. And we still get Everett only 1 mile. No. I mean, you're gonna be going into downtown after you cross the Juniata River, but I think next you should go with Huntingdon. And after we've crossed the river, we meet with Business 30, which is getting signed for Bedford and Breezewood. And from what I've heard, business routes are okay to sign the secondaries on, but let's see what happens later. Here we are in downtown Everett. This is what it looks like. It's a nice small town. Here we cross under normal 30, which we don't actually have access to. But once we get to this intersection with the Bud Schuster bypass, that'll take you to US 30, but we only get an East 30 shield here. And it's signed for Breezewood. That is absolutely stupid. I don't want to see the weirdest interstate place in the world on this sign. But we get Racetown Lake and Huntingdon signed for PA 26. Huntingdon is all I care for here. We get a sign with North 26 and helpful information to PA 36, and we get this really weird sign. Racetown Lake with no mileage distance. That's because we are literally already in Racetown Lake. And we do get Huntingdon on the bottom line at 43 miles, the exact same distance we saw on the direction sign back there. But Huntingdon should be the only thing on this sign. Or if you're really that desperate, you can put State College on there. Here we meet with PA 36 at its southern terminal, and it's getting signed for Roaring Springs and Altoona. Altoona is the obvious choice. That is amazing. And here, after this intersection, we get another mileage sign and, PENNDOT? Are you dyslexic? You put the furthest place on the top line and the closest place on the bottom. We get Huntingdon 37, Saxton 12, and Hopewell 5. What is this mileage sign? That's not how you're supposed to create a mileage sign. Okay, I'm gonna fix this up for you real quick. And there we go. Now we swapped Hopewell and Huntingdon. That's how a proper mileage sign should be. Here we meet with PA 913, which is going to take you into Saxton, and we still get Huntingdon, now 26 miles away, which is quite cool because we are on PA 26. Once we get into the Huntingdon area, we meet with US 22, which is getting signed eastbound for Mount Union, and we are getting signed for Huntingdon and State College. Wonderful putting State College in there. That is for us. And we can't see it, but West 22 is signed for Hollidaysburg. Hollidaysburg shouldn't be there. That should be Altoona. Here we are in downtown Huntingdon. Here's what it looks like. Nice little place, too. Once we get a mileage sign, McElevy's Fort, I don't know how to pronounce that, is 15 miles away on the top line, and State College is 30 miles away on the bottom line. That is well done. Here we meet with PA 305, and we're going to have a short concurrency with it. It is getting signed westbound for Alexandria, and we are signed for McAlvis Fort, which we are right there. and State College, at least, is making an appearance. Here we split off of PA 305 as it is turning right, and we are continuing to the left. We got no signage here. We get another mileage sign with Pine Grove Mills on the top line and State College on the bottom. It is 15 miles away. Sensible. As we take in some absolutely amazing views here at the top of this mountain, we get a notification sign about the 8% grade that's coming. All trucks should be using low gear here. Here we are meeting PA 45 in Pine Grove Mills, and it is signed for Water Street, heading westbound. Do you know what Water Street is? An unincorporated community! You should not be signing that there. But we are signed for State College and Bollesburg. Bollesburg is there for PA 45, and State College is for us. Here we split off of PA 45, now signed for Bollesburg, and we are signed for State College. We now enter State College, and we now enter a one-way traffic situation. And look at the shield. Now we've swapped the 26 and north around, so we get 26 north instead of north 26. Interesting. Here in State College, we are meeting with Business 322, and it is getting signed westbound for Phillipsburg, correct, and Lewistown, eastbound, also correct. And here is where we come back into two-way traffic, and South 26, if you decide to turn left, is where you can go back to go to Huntingdon. And we are now signed north for Bellefonte, which I guess could be okay because there's not much we touch at this point, so we're favoring other routes at this point. Here we get a reassurance shield of North 26, 2, 322, 80, and 220 all at once. That's really cool. And here we got another mileage sign with Bellefonte on the top line at 10 miles, but our bottom line is Milesburg. Why Milesburg? Milesburg is literally just the town north of Bellefonte, and if anything, it's on the same route. So I'm thinking I'm gonna change the bottom line. Let's see what I can do. Oh, come on! Why did we get Talesburg from Milesburg? What? Alright, let me just try this again. There we go. Now we've got Lock Haven on the bottom line at 34 miles away. And the reason I chose Lock Haven is because of PA 64. I'm favoring PA 64 over other routes. Here he meets with normal US 322, and it is getting signed east for Lewistown, and westbound is signed 280, 99, and 220, Phillipsburg, though Phillipsburg is only for US 322. I'd rather see something for one of those other routes on there. And we are still getting 26 North Bellefonte. Here we start to get onto a concurrency with I-99, and we are getting signed for I-80. Why? Why I-80? We should be seeing a control city on there. And we also see State College on there for South 99. And we also get an up arrow for Zion. Here is our choice of direction for I-99 and 220. South for State College, and north, just no control city. But after we leave the concurrency, we are signed northbound for Howard. And that is for us. We're not favoring anything else from here. And that is literally the last town we are going to be coming across. Later up, we get a direction sign with cool mileage distances 1, 2, and 3. Jacksonville, which is nothing, Howard, which is for us, and Hublersburg, which is for another road. Here we are in Howard. Here's what it looks like. And here is a look at the Foster Joseph Sayers Reservoir. This is a nice, beautiful body of water. And here is where we end at PA 150. Which is getting signed for Milesburg, and I think that is a good choice to put on 150, although you could argue Bellefonte. And northbound is signed for Lock Haven. Good job there. And now we're going to turn around and talk about southbound PA 26. So we start here with this direction sign on PA 150, northbound, which is getting signed for Lock Haven, and we are getting signed for Howard only 1 mile away. I want to see something else on there. Preferably State College. But before we enter Howard, let's just enjoy this beautiful view of the reservoir and the mountains in front. I can't go Pennsylvania without seeing some beautiful scenery. Once we get a mileage sign, we get Hublersburg on the top line, but the bottom line is Bellefonte. So I argue Bellefonte is okay going northbound from State College, but southbound, I'd say has no business being here. State College completely dwarfs Bellefonte, and no, I'm not offending Courtemanche because Bellefonte's where he lives, but State College is what should be on the bottom line of this mileage sign. Here's our intersection for Hublersburg, and PA 26 is turning right, and we are still getting Bellefonte. Southbound, it makes less sense than northbound. State College. Here at the same direction sign we saw after leaving 99, we are signed for Belfont and State College, although State College is being signed there for I-99. You know, 99 is actually the faster route to State College instead of PA26, so I would agree putting Belfont on this sign, but not on the previous ones. Once we split off of I-99, we get South 26 to PA64, Pleasant Gap. And though 99 is still faster to get to State College from here, Pleasant Gap is an unincorporated community, but it is actually quite populous. So I could agree with putting it on there. Here we get a mileage sign after splitting off, and we get State College on the top line, but Huntingdon is on the bottom line. I think that actually is pretty good, because there's not anything between State College and Pleasant Gap, so Huntingdon is a good bottom line choice from here. And here we meet with US 322 once again, and it is getting signed east for Lewistown, and it is getting signed westbound to 8099-220, Penn State University in Phillipsburg, and we are getting signed south for State College. Now, hold up. So, you're putting Penn State University on a route that is literally bypassing State College and the university itself. Now that's just really dumb. I'm gonna fix this up a little bit. There we go. Now we've got 26 south for Penn State University and State College, and I decided to put a control city for one of the other routes, and it is New York City for East 80. Which it always should be. And here is the exit to Penn State University, University Drive, off of PA26. So putting it back there on 99 was absolutely ridiculous. College students everywhere in State College, as we see Penn State University to the right. Here we meet with Business US 322 once again, and it is getting signed for Lewistown and Phillipsburg, as was the normal route. And we are getting signed for Huntingdon. Good choice. Here is where we meet with PA45, and it is getting signed for Boalsburg, heading eastbound. And we are signed for Huntingdon still. Here we get another mileage sign favoring both routes, but Water Street is on the top line for PA45. That is an unincorporated community. I'd rather see something else on there that is incorporated. But we get Huntingdon on the bottom line for PA26. That's all I care for. Here's where PA45 splits off for Water Street. Stupid. And we are signed for Huntingdon. Here we get a mileage sign for McElvis Fort and Huntingdon at 26 miles away, again, which is really coincidental. Here we come to the top of the mountain once again, and we get another 2-mile steep grade sign. Dangerous curves are coming. You are here. Save a life. Use low gear, in the words of PENNDOT. Here we meet with PA305 on the concurrency. It is signed eastbound for Belleville. That's okay. And we are signed for Huntingdon and Alexandria. Still not certain about Alexandria, but Huntingdon is still okay. Here's where we split off of PA305, which is getting Alexandria, and we are signed for Huntingdon still, 15 miles away. Here we get another mileage sign, but this time Huntingdon is on the top line and Everett is on the bottom line. Okay, wow. So, Everett is actually smaller than Huntingdon. So I'm not sure that makes it worth signing on the bottom line from this far away. 62 miles. I probably would argue Huntingdon should be a 1-line mileage sign here. Here we are back in downtown Huntingdon, and now we meet with US 22, which is getting signed westbound. We didn't see this. For Water Street. That's not what should be there. That's unincorporated. And Hollidaysburg. No, I don't think Hollidaysburg should be there either. That should be Altoona. And we are getting a straight up arrow for Everett, which at this point is the right choice for us. Here we get another mileage sign with McConnellstown on the top line at 4 and Everett on the bottom at 40. That is good. Here we meet with PA913 splitting off for Saxton, and we are still getting our signage for Everett on direction signs. We now meet with PA36 again, and it's signed northbound for Loysburg and not Altoona. Here we get another mileage sign, but this time Everett is on our top line, but our bottom line is Breezewood! Why Breezewood? Like I said, Breezewood is the weirdest interstate place in the world. What makes it worth signing? I do not like that choice at all. Although at this point there is not much south from here, but I don't think Breezewood should be there. If anything, go with something else. Like, if you're gonna favor US 30 eastbound, then I think you should be signing McConnellsburg or Chambersburg, but not Breezewood. And here is where we meet the Bud Schuster bypass to US 30, and is getting signed for Bedford and Breezewood, as opposed to Greensburg and Chambersburg or whatever. And here we get literally 2 mileage signs with 1 line on each. This is weird. We get Everett on the top line at 3 and Bedford at 9. So now they're favoring US 30 westbound. And we don't intersect with it, but we do intersect with the business route. But if you were to get to US 30, you would have taken the Bud Schuster bypass. So if you want to sign something for 30 westbound, I mean, it could be Bedford because the secondary is signed on the business route, but maybe go with Greensburg. I'm not sure what to put here. Once we meet with business 30, it's getting signed for Breezewood and Bedford, and we are getting signed for Clearville, which I guess could be okay because there is literally nothing else down PA 26. Clearville was like the last literal town on the route. Here we meet the road to Ashcombe, and we're still signed for Clearville on a direction sign. Here we go under the turnpike, under this cool tunnel once again, and in Clearville, we don't get any signage at all for PA 26 because there is basically nothing else down the road. Here we meet with PA 484, which is getting signed eastbound for Warfordsburg, and I feel like this could be the okay route to sign Warfordsburg on, although you could argue Hancock. But Hancock is on the bottom line of this mileage sign, and this is only because of I-68 after we get into Maryland, so I don't like that at all. Hancock shouldn't be there, even though this is a minor state route. We are intersecting with I-68, a major route that'll take you to Hagerstown and Baltimore or Washington via I-70 or 270, although Hancock is over 1,000 people, so I don't know really. And now we cross the Mason-Dixon line into Maryland, but we don't get any welcome signs or just any signage whatsoever. And that'll be it for PA 26. And I just want to wish a happy 25th birthday to courtemanche437 once again, and I enjoy the content that he makes. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you all on the next Wednesday I post. May peace be with you.